Hey, Survivor! Welcome to episode 142 of the Vibrant Survivor podcast. Have you been told that you're too much? I recently joined a group of survivors in a healing program, and the trauma-informed therapist who created it guided us through an exercise rooted in psychiatrist Eric Berne's Transactional Analysis. And it was so good. Most of us have been told that we're too much. But what if our adult self is actually our best self? We're going to get into it. But first, let's self-regulate with a 4-for-8 breathing exercise. If you'd like. We'll inhale for 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 8. Ready? Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What do you notice in your body? Grab your notebook and pen, and let's dig in. Hey, Survivor! Welcome to the Vibrant Survivor podcast. Do you want to disconnect from a narcissistic or toxic situation and heal? Are you Googling how to identify a narcissist, narcissistic abuse, and boundaries? Are you feeling stressed and lonely while trying to avoid being sucked back in and lied to again? Hey, I'm Lesley. As a busy wife and mom, I fell for the lies and manipulations of narcissists. I wasted my time, talents, and money on users who kept moving the goalposts. I wanted real relationships and business opportunities and to enjoy life with my family. Instead, I struggled with anxiety, panic attacks, and insomnia, and I couldn't trust my body or anybody until I took a holistic approach to healing. In this podcast, you'll find tips for healthy living, trauma healing, and boundaries so that you'll have the freedom, confidence, and inner peace to respond, not react, after narcissistic abuse. Take a deep breath in, let it out slowly, and just relax. This time's for you. During this group session that I participated in, we discussed challenges in various types of relationships and certain patterns that we notice. And it was also pointed out that it's easy as survivors to get caught up in the drama and the trauma and kind of sit there in it. But that there are other variables at play, like our nervous systems, brain, soul, in addition to the patterns. And after sharing during this check-in period and validating one another, the therapist who was leading the group session suggested that we do a role-breaking exercise. And I was here for it. So the exercise was to list 5 things your adult self wants in a relationship. So I'm going to share with you my list that I came up with. Mine were clear communication, well-groomed, honest, respectful, and reciprocity. And funny story, when I originally did the exercise during the session, I put mutuality, but what I really meant was reciprocity. Sometimes I struggle like that. Anyway, so even after hearing others share their list, I thought of a few more. So it was a great exercise. And the therapist encouraged us to make a note of our 5 things to remind ourselves. And she also encouraged us that we are not too much. And that was a relief for me to hear as someone who has been labeled as too much in the past and maybe even in the present too, you know. So, brief explanation here. Eric Berne's transactional analysis model categorizes our communication and behavior into three, what he calls ego states. One is the parent state, the child state, and then the adult state. And the parent state can be looking after others or comforting, but it could also be controlling. And then the child state could be playful, silly, fun, but at times fearful. And then the adult state is our balanced, self-regulated, rational, present-focused self. We're talking banner mode here. And this is important because when we experience trauma, it can catapult us into fear, which would be associated with the child state, or overly controlling behavior, which could thrust us into the parent state. And this is the point where we're like in Hulk mode, dysregulated and, out of balance in our brains and our bodies. Now, the adult self is like the Goldilocks place, where it's that sweet spot where there's balance, where we can make decisions rooted in truth as opposed to triggers. We can clarify needs versus wounds, and we can approach relationships, regardless of the nature of the relationship, with boundaries and with confidence. So I want to encourage you, survivor, to try the exercise, if you'd like, by writing down 5 things that your adult self wants in relationships, whether they're romantic, they could be professional, or friendships. And there are 5 benefits that I want to share with you to doing this as a survivor. One is that it creates a shift of focus from past trauma, like what has happened to you, to being present and feeling empowered and living in the moment. 2 is that it clarifies what your non-negotiables are, as well as your values. 3 is that it builds confidence to voice your needs. And 4 is that it helps identify safe versus unsafe people a lot faster. And who doesn't want that? 5 is that it normalizes being not too much. And I literally wrote on my paper during this exercise, I am not too much. Here's a journal prompt for you, survivor. Ask yourself, or write about if you'd like, what does my adult self want and deserve in relationships? And how does that differ from what my child self might crave or my parent self might demand? And notice how that feels in your body and what that looks like for you. Ultimately, you are not too much, and your adult self already knows what's best for you. Remember, your parent self may control, your child self may hide, your adult self breaks cycles and takes back your pride. Thanks for tuning in, survivor. You are enough. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Hey, survivor, do you want to heal after narcissistic abuse? Come and join me in a closure coaching session. This is a 1-hour, one-on-one coaching call that's going to help you disconnect from dysfunction, create your own closure, and begin a long-lasting journey of healing, step by step. Head right now to closurecoachingsession.com. If this podcast has helped you understand who and what you're dealing with, sharpen your discernment, and move forward on your healing journey, share it with another survivor. Help me help others by leaving a review for the show. And let's connect on social. Take a screenshot, share it in your IG stories, find and tag me at The Vibrant Survivor, and I'll share your post too. I look forward to connecting with you on IG and seeing you back here. You're not alone and you're not crazy. Know who you're dealing with, know who you are. Take care, and I'll meet you back here next week. Bye-bye.